Good morning students, I am Mukesh Bansal, Director आनंद प्रकाश एजुकेशनल एकेडमी। आनंद प्रकाश एजुकेशनल एकेडमी बिलासपुर में स्थित है और आज तक फिजिकल क्लासेस के थ्रू बहुत सारे आईटीएंस, इंजीनियर्स, डॉक्टर्स प्रोड्यूस कर चुकी है। इन सब इंजीनियर्स, डॉक्टर्स ने आज अपनी लाइफ में एक मुकाम हासिल किया हुआ है। आज दे आर लीडिंग अ वेरी सक्सेसफुल लाइफ एंड वी वांट यू गाइस आल्सो टू बी एज सक्सेसफुल एज दे आर। What was the difference of which made them successful? One, their dedication. Two, their hard work. Definitely their hard work cannot be ignored. But yes, the dedication they had in attending the classes, in appearing for all the exams, cracking the exams, made them the winners. दोस्तों, हम जितने भी एग्जाम्स क्रिएट करते हैं, ऑलमोस्ट 40 to 50 एग्जाम्स इन अ ईयर, और उन एग्जाम पेपर्स का सारांश में से ही जेईई, नीट और बाकी कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जाम्स के क्वेश्चंस आते हैं। तो इट इज़ वेरी हेल्पफुल फॉर स्टूडेंट्स टू अटेंड टू दोज वीडियोस, टू अटेंड टू दोज एग्जाम्स एंड क्रैक द कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जाम्स which is a baby scale for them. Coming back to our class, in the last class we had discussed about units and measurements. Of the chapter units and measurement, we had discussed about the errors. We had discussed what are different types of errors. Errors are not faults. Errors are the integral part of measurement. And when we had discussed errors, we have seen that there are absolute errors, there are relative errors, there are percentage errors. Relative errors and percentage errors do not have any units. Do remember that they do not have any units. They are relative and percentage values. Whereas the absolute error is having the unit of the main parameter. Now, in normal, when we take the measurements, we don't use the raw data as it is. We have to compute that data with some other data. Like say, a student is standing here, two students, they start walking in opposite direction. If I have to calculate the total distance covered by them, S1 plus S2. So, I had to add the errors of S1 and error of S2. So that makes it that I have to compute the errors also and find out what can be the maximum error. Similarly, if they are walking in the same direction, what is the gap between them? Then I have to do minus here. Again, I have to calculate the errors. Or force is equal to mass into acceleration, or speed is equal to distance upon time. So I am required to do the computation of addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. So friends, let us see one by one what is the effect of this mathematical tools on the error. Let us first see what happens if A is equal to B plus C. Now when we say B plus C, when we measure B, there is an error of plus minus B on it. This is the absolute error. And C plus minus delta C on it. So that will induce an error of plus minus delta A. This is equal to B plus C plus minus delta B plus minus delta C. B plus C, as we know, is equal to A, so this gets cancelled. So delta A is equal to plus minus, or I'll say plus minus delta A is equal to plus minus delta B plus minus delta C. That means when we are adding two measured quantities, the resultant error in the absolute value or the computed value is the sum of the absolute values of the two errors of the measured quantities. If there are three quantities, that will be the three quantities. That means if this is the range, if this is delta B plus delta C and this is minus delta B minus delta C, then all errors will lie within this range. So friends, when we do the addition, the resultant error is the sum of the independent absolute errors. Let us see what happens when we are subtracting the same. A is equal to B minus C. So there is a resultant error delta A induced, B plus minus delta B minus C plus minus delta C. Now this can be rewritten as B minus C plus plus minus delta B plus minus delta C. Why I use plus minus? Because negative of plus minus remains plus minus only. So we know A is equal to B minus C, so delta A is equal to plus minus delta A is equal to plus minus delta B plus minus delta C. Again, when we have done the subtraction, the resultant error in the computed value is the summation of the two absolute values. So this is important, that when we are doing addition or subtraction, the result is the absolute errors get added up. The minimum is the negative value and the maximum range is the positive value of it. Now let us see what happens when we are multiplying, like force is equal to mass into acceleration. Let us take the example again. A is equal to B into C. So because of errors in B and C, we get an error in A, which is A plus minus delta A is equal to B plus minus delta B multiplied by C plus minus delta C. When we expand the right hand side, we get BC plus minus B delta C plus minus C delta B plus minus delta B delta C. Now delta B delta C is a very small quantity, and with the help of binomial approximations we can ignore this value and we can rewrite it as BC plus B delta plus minus B delta C plus minus C delta B. If I divide this expression by A and this expression by BC, because we know A is equal to BC, we get 1 plus minus delta A upon A is equal to 1 plus minus delta C upon C plus minus delta B upon B. This one gets cancelled. So this is the relative error induced or computed in the computed value. A is equal to the summation of the relative errors in B and C. The maximum value is delta B upon B plus delta C upon C, and the minimum value is minus delta B upon B minus delta C upon C. So when we are doing the multiplication, it is the summation of the relative errors. Now let us see what happens when we are doing the division. While doing the division, like speed is equal to distance upon time, I will take a formula A is equal to B upon C. So there is an error induced delta A is equal to B plus minus delta B upon C plus minus delta C, which can be rewritten as B plus minus delta B into C plus minus delta C whole to the power minus 1. Now because this delta C and delta B are very small, this negative power can be ignored, and this can be rewritten as BC plus B delta C plus minus C delta B plus minus delta B delta C. Again, this value is very small and can be ignored due to binomial approximations. So we are left with the same value which we are getting during the multiplication. Let us divide it by A on this side, so we get 1 plus minus delta A upon A is equal to divide B by BC, so we get 1 plus minus delta C upon C plus minus delta B upon B. This 1 gets cancelled, so relative error, again we are getting the relative error in the computed value is the summation of the relative errors of the independent values. The maximum is the positive sign and the minimum is the negative sign. So this is as far as the division is concerned. What we are saying in multiplication, in addition and subtraction, it is the summation of the absolute values. In multiplication and division, it is the summation of the relative values. Now let us see when we have it as a power of to the power n. Let A is equal to B to the power n. So A plus minus delta A is equal to B plus minus delta B whole to the power n. Since delta b is very small, we can write it as b to the power n, or I can simply divide it by a over here. I get 1 plus delta a upon a into a b to the power n 1 plus n delta b. Again I am using the binomial approximation here because delta b is very small. Dividing the a and b to the power n we have seen is same, and so we get 1 plus delta a to a is equal to 1 plus minus n delta b. 1 gets cancelled, so I am left with the relative error in a is n times the relative error in b. We can further combine it, say we can have product like a is equal to b to the power x c to the power m divided by d to the power n. So the relative error will be delta a upon a is equal to x times delta plus minus, again don't forget the sign plus minus, b plus minus m times delta c upon c plus minus n times delta d upon d. Now this, why I written plus minus? Because negative of plus minus remains plus minus. I know this sign is on going up becomes minus, but negative of any sign to plus minus remains plus minus only. Friends, we are going to solve many numericals on it in our online classes. We have already started doing the numericals on this particular subject in our online classes, so that you are thorough with the subject. There is no second thought about coming to the wrong answer. You have to be always perfect in your replies. So if you do want that you get the proper questions about it, we'll be solving some questions in our YouTube channel, but then you have to attend the online classes. Not only attend the online classes, but you have to be attentive to the physical classes also. Whenever they start, you have to start those classes so that many the numericals can be solved along with you, and this subject can be made thorough for you. So students, enjoy the life, take care, like the videos and subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much.